So we finally got an idea of how to play the actual game of 20 squares, thanks to the British Museum's wonderful video. To recap, one of the things that confused us at first is that the game of Ur comes with actually a total of 8 of these little pyramid-shaped die. Each player in a game, and it's 2 players, gets their own set of 4, as opposed to Senet, where you have 4 sticks that you're trading back and forth. When it's the other person's turn, you hand them the sticks and they use them. You know, this was back in the days before social distancing. Now these pieces have 2 sides marked with white and 2 sides not. You roll the 4, and you count how many sides have white pointing up. That tells you how many, you know, what your number is out of a total of 4. So this would be 2, that would be 3, that would be 4, and this would be 0, which means lose a turn. Incidentally, in case you're going, Sharon, I can't hear you over the tablecloth, it's so loud. Bear with me, this is actually a sneak preview from next month's episode and the topics that we'll be covering there, and there's a story behind the tablecloth. But in the meantime, now another difference between 20 squares and Senet is actually that the pieces don't start off on the board. You have to gain entry onto the board with your pieces. So your first roll will say where your first piece goes. And you would move 2 spaces, since I rolled a 2, from the very beginning. Well, where is the beginning of the board? That was another thing that had tripped us up. Well, you can imagine this board sort of being divided in half. This side would be mine because it's facing me, and then the other players would be this side here. And so my starting place would be right here at sort of the inside. If you use the gap as your point of reference, it would be the long side next to that gap. So that's square 1. Since I rolled a 2, I would go 1, 2 spaces. Now, another interesting thing about these rules, this strip of 4 squares and then the 2 over here are your safe zone. The other player can't come into that space and attack you. But this strip right here is the contested zone. Players can jump each other when they're in this center channel. Now, another tricky thing about this is if your opponent jumps you and bumps your piece out of its spot in this center channel, there is no respawn point. You get knocked off of the board and you have to start all over again. It's not like Senet where you go back to the beginning.
Should we roll and see who goes first?
Yeah, let's do that.
I got 4.
You go first.
What'd you get?
I got 2.
Well, you know.
I got the statistically most common roll, which is a 2.
She wouldn't have known that had she not watched the video on it.
Yeah. 0! Lose a turn!
Yeah.
Lose a turn.
You're hot and you're cold, folks.
Okay,
2.
that's it. As I said, statistical. So, okay, we're starting here. 1, 2.
Alright.
Yeah.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because
Hooray.
I land on a Rosetta, Rosetta, I get to roll again.
I guess so. My understanding is that those were safe.
that one is safe.
That one is the only safe one in the
The Rosetta lets you roll again.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, then we'll go for it. Now, these Rosettas are actually special spaces because if you land on one, you get to roll again. So maneuvering so that you get a piece to one of these Rosettas becomes a part of the strategy in playing the game. This particular Rosetta right here in the middle of the contested zone, the battle strip, is a safe space and no one can jump you when you're on that spot. So players tend to hang out there a lot. 2.
2. So what I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay.
Put another one on the board.
Okay, 2. 1, 2.
You get to roll again.
Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3. Your turn.
You know,
Close the turn. Okay, well. Okay. Hey, wait, that means
yep.
1, 2.
Guess who got off first?
Isn't that how it should be?
It is, darling. Yes, it is.
Got to take my turn now.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
So,
Now, as I recall, when you have like this, that's kind of a block, or were they jumping over people? And,
I don't remember them saying anything about there being a block when you're
yeah,
like that. I think so long as you're able to jump, you can jump.
yeah, because like in Senate, this would be a block, and I couldn't move. And I think they suggested that in those rules that I tossed over my shoulder, but
See if these rules can actually be worth the paper they're printed on.
yeah. Where's my must finish on an unoccupied. Okay. Okay, well, no, it doesn't. For right now, I'll end up getting back to this, but for right now, 1, 2, 3. So that'll be my turn.
Because I want to force you to answer that question.
Oh, what about the?
Yeah. I'm getting in your head, Sharon.
So you know what? Because if we did this 1, 2, 3, then
You've put yourself at a horrible disadvantage.
Yeah, that's right. There isn't a block because I remember they said that he did that in the video, and he's like, "Well, now you're twice as likely. Twice as likely to get knocked off." So there isn't blocking, but because there's already you're kind of putting yourself at risk by doing that. 1, 2.
I'm going to your shape fix. Okay.
4.
4. Hang on.
Big shit.
1, 2, 3, 4. I land on a safe space.
And you get to roll again.
Yeah. 3. 1, 2, 3.
And you get to roll again.
1. Look at that shit.
That was a good combo.
Yeah.
Combo!
Yeah. Now, as we were playing, when I was going versus with Morgan, I decided to try a strategy of taking one piece and moving it all the way through the board and then moving another one. Well, in retrospect, I wouldn't recommend that strategy to anyone else.
What will you do, Sharon? What will you do?
What's the score, by the way?
I have 3. She has 2. 4. This is interesting because you're kind of can't.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't go there. And this one needs one piece. One to get off of there. So,
You're gonna have to pull up another piece.
But there'd be nowhere for it to go.
unless I went. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, yeah, I can't do that.
So I think you just.
Yeah, I think I
You
forfeit
lose
the
it.
turn.
Yeah.
Forfeit the turn. So.
2.
3.
3.
I see one piece gonna go bye-bye.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's never too late to start over.
Well.
You know, except after I get my second piece off the board, then you're pretty much screwed. But I've got
all
all
your
my
pieces are in play here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
This game's far from over.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she could still totally turn this around.
Yeah. Well. Say so. That was a temporary upset.
2. 1, 2.
It's over. No.
No.
2 more.
Well, it's my turn. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Sometimes, you try a strategy and it doesn't work. And so you fade back and punt. And this is a 1. 1 and I'm going to go in. Okay. 1, 2.
You get to roll again.
2. 1, 2. Of course. At this point,
3.
wait, 1,
1,
2,
2, 3.
3. Yeah, I guess that's a legal move. So, all right. Yeah. Okay. 1. Now theoretically, you could get stuck there with. Cause see, okay, 2.
Yeah. It's over.
No. Because
I have to
he has to
roll
roll a 1 in order to get off. So he's going to be sitting here until he gets a 1,
Yeah.
Okay.
which means I can like.
She can still catch up.
2. 1, 2. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna move 1, 2, because there's nobody behind me. I don't have to worry about somebody coming up my ass.
At least not right now. 3. Nothing.
So, okay.
Just 4.
So, just
Morning.
2.
Just 4. Don't worry about all that.
Yeah. Okay. So 2. Hold on. 1, 2. 2. Yeah. So.
There's a lot I kind of didn't want to be on that
2.
on there.
1, 2. Let me roll again. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3.
3.
Okay. 2. 1, 2. What the heck? Go for it.
What?
I win! Okay, so you won. Alright. Well, what I learned from this is, they call it a race, but what you really want to do is make sure you get as many pieces on the board to start with and populate that board first. Because if you try to do what I was initially trying to do, was just race the pieces through, but you can't do that because you have to worry about getting knocked off by your opponent.
You can be outnumbered, and it's a weird thing to think about in this type of game. But yeah, if I have more pieces on the board, that's 3 more chances that what I roll is going to be able to knock you off the board. If I have 3 more than you do.
Yeah, so that's where an early gamble did not pay off. because I said, well, let me see if I can just race them through here. But, knowing this, then if you're playing this game, what you really want to do is just try to get as many pieces in this safe zone that you got over here first, and then, they're likely to get knocked off here, but, you just keep cycling them through as quickly as you can. So there you have it. We played a game of 20 squares, and this time Morgan actually won. And if you get the Wii Games version of 20 squares, or the game of Ur, now you know how you can play it without using these crappy instructions that it came with. Unfortunately, no one produces a game board that combines Senet and 20 squares like the ancient Egyptians had. But if you have a Senet board and you get the Royal Game of Ur, then you'll have both of them, and you can mix and match pieces like the ancient Egyptians probably did, and like we did when Darren and I go head to head in, our versus game. Do you want to play?
No.
No, you don't want to play?
You want to play Gundam?
Who am I going to play?
Well, I mean, I could
If we
drive
play this,
home.
no, I don't mean Gundam. I mean, who am I going to play?
Whoever you want.
Play. Which one of us would you like to play with?
Flip for it. Let's see who gets to play.
Oh, so you want to do it like...
Yeah. Lowest score wins.
Oh, okay. I got 2.
I got 3.
The time has come.
Oh,
You're not leaving.
I know I'm not.
That is going to be the Patreon exclusive for this month. And part of it's because we have kind of a raunchy sense of humor when we get to going at it. So be sure to check out Patreon so you can see that, and of course our outtakes from both games. And next month I'll explain the story behind the loud tablecloth. So for the Kemetic How-To Guide, this is Sharon, wishing you Senipti. Enjoyed this video? Then be sure to hit like and subscribe to the Kemetic Independent channel. You can also buy my books on lulu.com and shop for pagan supplies in my Etsy store. Check the description for links. And special thanks to all my Patreon supporters. Join us for updates, outtakes, and exclusive videos only on Patreon.